Hey, Sylvia! You recognize this potion?
That's a good-looking potion. Is it one of mine?
It sure is. We procured it off of one of your customers.
I'm flattered. But I could have made one for you.
So you're saying it's not irreplaceable or nothing? Good to know. Pepper? Dump it out, please.
Hey! What gives?
We needed a fancy container for your ceremony. Something you had a connection to.
You could have just asked me for a spare bottle.
Consider it one last test of your commitment. And honestly, you gotta be ready for these shocking twists. Running with us means weathering some storms sometimes. So gird your loins before anybody can kick at them.
You're right. I should have seen that coming.
Now come on. If you're done crying over spilt milk, we got something big in mind for today.
Spilled milk makes me cry.
You've been running with us for a while now. And one thing's clear. You're definitely blood brother material! From hurling rotten fish down a chimney to encouraging Pepper's pursuit of vengeance. Not to mention your willingness to gouge out your own eye.
Wait, hold on. I never...
You made it obvious that you aren't afraid of anything. And there's only one thing we value more than fearlessness.
Family.
That's right. And we don't just mean the kittens in your birth litter either. See, as a pirate, you get to make your own family. How great is that? So what do you say? Are you ready to become a blood brother?
Yes! Let's do it!
That's the right attitude. And hey, bonus! Your verbal confirmation absolves us of liability!
What?
It'll be fine. Just do exactly as we tell you.
Now I have brimstone and leather fibers on my tongue.
You're supposed to take your gloves off first.
And so the kittens lost their mittens.
Upon the raging sea. All right, time for the grand finale. How do you feel about having a pee on a public beach? What am I saying? Of course you're down. You ain't disappointed us yet. And this is important. You gotta mark your territory.
It's like graffiti. Sylvia was here.
As initiations go, this isn't too bad.
Nah, there's no initiation. We're just hanging out. Well, I guess there's one sort of ceremonial thing we gotta do. Pepper?
Sylvia, we would like to present you with a bottle of sand from this beach.
As you know, every pirate carries sand from their birthplace. In your case, this beach is the site of your rebirth as a pirate. Now, wherever you go, whatever you do, you'll have a piece of Rafta with you.
And if we're apart, it will remind you of us too.
Plus, in a pinch, it kind of works as a portable litter box.
Thanks, guys. I'll cherish this. And I'm sort of relieved there was no actual blood involved.
Forget that! Somebody here faints at the very sight of blood!
That somebody is Salt.
Come on, blood brother. Let's get out of here.
Where to?
There's a party at the Heroes Guild, and we want to see the place. As buildings go, that guild hall is one fine sea vessel. The fact that it's intact at all after a Kraken battle tells you those sailors knew what they were doing. And they really showed that old witch a thing or two.
Do you remember the day Maven was defeated?
Remember? Jeez, how old do you think I am? But the Grey Muzzles tell stories of a time when this particular island was totally off limits. Whatever else she was up to, I ain't one to judge. But keeping the riches of this place to herself? That gets my hackles up.
Her death was good for business.
Ain't no disputing. Although, they never found a body or nothing. Makes you wonder. Anyway, about this party. If you can believe it, Pepper and I weren't exactly invited. But we heard you know some of those heroes. Think you can get us in?
All right. Get in my knapsack. It'll be tight, but we'll be able to stroll right in.
That's one idea, but I figured you could just, open a window. Our cat-like agility will do the rest. Hey, this party's all right. I mean, nothing's on fire, but it's early still.
I like the trophies. We could do something like that.
We'd have too many. The ship would sink under the weight of our many triumphs. The next round's on the captain! Huzzah!
Sylvia, you are wonderful. I am so glad you're a blood brother. Blood brother.
Oh boy, somebody got into the catnip. Sylvia, you ready to go? I could use some help getting the captain back. Also, I've been getting dirty looks since that chandelier came down. Like it's my fault it wasn't bolted in better.
I could talk to Baptiste, try to smooth things over.
I ain't bothered. What's he gonna do? But here, was gonna give you this coupon anyway. You can always pass it along if you want to mollify him.
I think I'd rather keep it for myself.
Now you're talking like a pirate. But Sylvia, pull up a fishing rod. We gotta replenish the provisions. Oh, I wish for a fish. And I wish for a dish for the fish.
I wonder if we might have more luck if we were quiet. Or used more appetizing bait.
Oh, we're just the decoys. We're supposed to be super conspicuous. That way the fish swim away from us and right into the blast fishing zone off the side of the boat.
As the saying goes, you catch more fish with cannons.
Oh, right. Sylvia, there's something we gotta discuss. You know, all that, hey, you're a blood brother, welcome to the family stuff. Might have gotten ahead of ourselves.
Wow, so much for family is forever, I guess.
You're still a blood brother, Sylvia.
Yeah, we aren't dropping you off at the orphanage or anything. In fact, hold up. I started us off on the wrong path. We need to have us a parlay. In other words, let's clear our heads and start over.
Consider it done. Now, what did you want to talk about?
It ain't really no big deal. Just had some of the crew point out you can't be a real pirate if you never made an offering to the big guy.
The big guy?
You know, the pious peace scene? The saltwater savior? He of the many scales and no fingers?
The Great Katuna.
Oh, hail the Great Katuna!
The Great Katuna is a pirate deity, I take it?
The one and only. From his trench far below, he watches all that transpires upon the ocean's surface. When he is pleased, our ships can come and go without any hassle. When he is displeased, look out.
Storms, tidal waves, primordial horrors newly wakened and crazed with hunger.
And once, I got a splinter. The best way to stay on Katuna's good side is by making an offering. Big guy likes his cut of the booty, if you know what I mean.
Okay, so you throw stuff overboard? Like seashells? Wine and mutton?
More like cold hard cash, Sylvia. Or the equivalent in precious goods. In your case, a couple fancy potions would do the trick.
Whatever it takes. If I need to make an offering, then so be it.
Well, that's what we like to hear. In fact, since you've got so much money to spare, maybe kick a little my way too.
That's bordering on sacrilege, Salt.
Katuna doesn't mind a little entrepreneurial spirit. Anyway, we'll give you some time to get your offering together. Trust me, it'll be worth it. Get in the deep water deity's good graces, and it'll be smooth sailing from here on out.
If I want to run with salt and pepper, I've got to make a sacrifice to Katuna. It'll hurt my bottom line, but I've come this far.
You know, I'm wishing we had some kind of secret handshake. Although you don't have a tail, so that would sort of limit what we could do.
Don't feel bad, Sylvia. I knew a pirate once who lost his tail in battle, and he got along just fine. Until he lost his balance and fell overboard.
Thanks, Pepper. I'll be extra careful.
The potions you set aside look legit. You ready to do this?
Don't ask. Let's just get it over with before I lose my nerve.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. You, Sylvia, have a lot of nerve. I meant that as a compliment. Not sure it came out sounding that way. Here we are. As close as a landlubber can get to the great god of the sea. Oh, great Katuna. We've got offerings, large one!
Salt, hold on. You've proven your fearlessness many times over, Sylvia. But I know you must have doubts about this.
It is a little hard to wrap my head around. I mean, I worked so hard on these potions. They could be worth some real gold.
Are you really working for the gold, though? Or what the gold represents? Money is precious, but only because people decided that it would be. It has no intrinsic value. You can't eat it. You can't love it. Not really. And there's so much in this world that does have intrinsic value. Real, true worth.
Like jewelry!
No, Salt. You know what I mean. I mean friendship. A dry spot in the sun to lay your head, a beating heart and working lungs. Money can help with some of that, but only so much. And this is our way of showing the world what we really care about. Here, we draw a line in the sand and we say, we do not desire wealth for the sake of wealth. We desire family, health, laughter, and love. We ask humbly to receive all the wonders we cannot buy. These are the blessings that Katuna may bring us, if he deems us worthy.
I don't know about all that. I just throw valuables in the water because it keeps hurricanes away. Everybody knows that. It's science.
All right. I'm convinced. Not about the hurricane thing, obviously. I mean the other stuff.
Hey, nice throw, Sylvia! You got a good arc on that. And the splash!
Katuna will be pleased.
Yeah, he will. I got a feeling. You got good stuff coming your way, Sylvia. Starting now, in fact. I talked it over with Pepper and, well... Geez, I don't know how to say this without sounding stupid. Pepper, help me out.
Sylvia, would you like to pet us? Because we would like that.
Boy, would I. Come here, you crazy cats.
Sylvia. As much as I wish otherwise, I am not above fishing for compliments. So, notice anything different about me?
You do seem to be back to your perky self.
Well, I have you to thank for that. Your potions made me feel humanoid again. It might be all the replenished serotonin talking, but dang, you are good at what you do. Once I was thinking clearly again, I made a big decision. I turned down that buyout offer. My working relationship with royalty has officially come to an end.
Wow, really? I wasn't sure which way you would go.
Me neither. But indecision was getting me nowhere fast. I had to make a choice. I hope it was the right one. But, you know, it feels right. Well, it feels right to me. My parents are acting like I just set myself on fire.
You told them already?
Yeah, figured I needed to rip that bandage right off. I tried to explain it to them, but I'm not sure they really heard me. They only heard the amount of money I was walking away from and how prestigious the job would have been.
They must be proud of you, though, right? At least, a little?
Well, that's the funny thing. I was talking to my sister just this morning, the surgeon, I mentioned her before, and she knew all about what I've been up to. Turns out, my parents had been bragging all about me. They told her about how I'm my own boss, about how quickly my business was growing. Frankly, they made me sound super impressive all around. So anyway, here I was jealous of my sister, while the whole time she's been jealous of me.
Sounds like you're not the black sheep you thought you were.
I guess not. I guess maybe all my siblings feel that way from time to time. And so, my parents can complain to me all they want about how I'm turning down this golden opportunity. I know they're proud. And one day, maybe they'll even say it to my face. And as for that opportunity, it only would have taken away the parts of my job I actually like the best. Things like working with a diverse array of scrappy entrepreneurs and helping their voices rise above the clamor. For a minute, I wasn't thinking at all about what I enjoyed. I was right back in my old climb the corporate ladder mindset. I was reaching for success as it was defined by other people.
Well, by my definition of success, you are killing it.
Sylvia, that means the world to me. And it would mean even more if you'd post it as a review. But shameless self-promotion can wait until tomorrow. Why don't we get some air? Ooh, fresh air, yum yum. You know, fresh air actually is kind of nice when you've got a minute to breathe.
I'm glad you're seeing the appeal.
What can I say? I am one chill moth. It's funny. My #1 reason for coming to Rafta was to be more independent. I wanted some space, some distance between myself and everyone who knew me. Because they all had so many expectations, and those expectations were boxing me in. But then I came here, where nobody knew me, and the weight of all those expectations, it didn't go away.
Maybe we're never totally free of the desire to please our parents or uncles. But isolating yourself doesn't make life any easier to navigate.
That's the truth. If I've learned anything in our time together, it's that we can support each other while pursuing our individual dreams. I think that might be the true secret of success. Instead of letting our ambition isolate us, we use it to prop up one another. We achieve our goals together.
Sounds to me like you've got the right idea. Shake on it.
A handshake? Sylvia, that's way too formal. I believe this occasion calls for a selfie, don't you?
I had a feeling you'd decide to stick around today. I could read it in your aura when you flew in.
I didn't know you could read auras.
Sure I can. And not in some sort of frou-frou mystical sense neither. Sharks like me have got electroreception. Helps me pick up all sorts of information. Like whether I scare someone a little, or scare them a lot.
Imagine that. A whole extra sense. And you still lost.
Oh, cutting right to the gloating this time, are you? There's a lesson in there somewhere, isn't there? Something about striking when the moment's right. I guess all the preparation in the world don't matter much if you're not ready when the feeding frenzy starts.
I can agree with that. When making a sale, timing is everything.
That's good. Real good. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna write that one down.
Hold on. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
Sarcastic? I wouldn't disrespect you like that.
I'm pretty sure you would, though.
I see where you're coming from. I admit, I got a little salty when we were rivals. But I know better than to bite the hand that feeds. And I don't intend to ignore advice from a successful business person like yourself. Would be nice if my next venture wasn't a total belly flop after all.
Next venture? You're not giving up on the pep talk shop already, are you?
Yeah, that's just a temporary trifle. It'll never make me rich, but it should get me the seed money I need for what comes next. Normally, I'd hit up some of my venture capitalist buddies, but they haven't been so good about returning my calls since you made mincemeat of me in public.
You mean your friends ditched you just because you lost the competition?
Hard to blame them. Those guys don't waste their time with losers. And you all but tattooed a big ol' L on my forehead in front of the whole town.
Still, that's pretty harsh of them.
If you say so. But there are plenty of fish in the sea, right? And you might be just the fish I'm trawling for.
Consider me caught. Hook, line, and sinker.
And you're a catch, all right. I'm tired of wallowing in defeat. It's time for the comeback story of the century.
To make your friends sorry? Make them regret they ever turned their backs on you?
Hey, I like the sound of that. Revenge is a great motivator, right? But, if I'm honest, I'd rather look forward than back. And, with the help of a true business guru like yourself, I'll be at the head of the pack in no time. So, what do you say, Teach? You ready to cram some wisdom in my willing noggin?
Wow, you make education sound almost violent. Also, I'm supposed to be the teacher in this scenario? I'm not qualified to teach anybody.
Sure. Not like you've got a degree, or real-world experience, and a proven record of success.
I guess when you put it that way, it kind of makes sense.
Give it some thought, all right? That's all I ask. And no pressure. I deal with rejection real well. Just ask those former friends of mine, assuming you can find what's left of them. All right, Teach. My pencils are sharpened and my phone's put away. So, what have you got for me?
Was I supposed to make a lesson plan or something? To be honest, I've been way too busy. I wasn't even sure you were serious before.
Serious about making a comeback? Serious about learning from a master? Sure, I'm serious, Teach. I'm serious as a shark attack. Although, I gotta confess to a bit of confusion. When you beat me, you scored a good bit of chowder. So, what'd you spend it on? Bird feed?
I use the winnings to pay down my debt. Any other gold I make goes right back into the business.
What? No fancy jewelry? No jet skis or swanky vacays?
I mean, maybe one day. But I'm in a building phase right now, which means the needs of the business take priority.
Dang, you see? I'm learning something already. So you made the shop look all shoddy on purpose, is that it? Going for the hole-in-the-wall appeal.
It's really not as shoddy as it used to be. Look, why don't I show you around? Maybe you'll see some method to my madness.
Some of them are starting to smell. I guess that discourages loitering? I know a guy. He's sort of a spatial arrangement guru. Gonna give you his number. Smart. Keep your friends close, and your charity cases closer. Teach, what was that? You let them walk out of here without spending a single coin.
You can't really force anyone to buy something.
You can make it a little harder for them to leave, though. Maybe physically block the door.
I think that's technically kidnapping.
Anything for a sale, right? Okay, maybe that's a little extreme. But you can always chum the waters a bit. You know, make them an offer they don't dare refuse.
I'm sure there's a version of that idea that isn't too intimidating.
I hope I didn't overstep just then. You obviously know your stuff. But I've always been of the mindset that once your prey is in your grasp, that's when you squeeze them for all they're worth.
That's a good strategy. I generally try to maximize my profit in every transaction. But I try to be smart about it. People only have so much patience. Be too pushy, and you might be trading a lifelong customer for a one-time profit.
I think I get you. Feeding frenzies are fun and all. But if you take a little nibble out of every customer, instead of devouring any one of them whole, then you'll eat well for years to come.
Again, that's sort of a scarily aggressive spin, but sure.
This is gold, Teach, pure gold. I came here to bask in the brilliance of a prophet of profit, and you sure delivered.
I felt sparks too. Want to stick around for a bit?
You got more to teach me, do ya? Or maybe I'll show you some of my moves. Gotta say, I'm real happy at how this arrangement's working out so far. I knew you knew your stuff.
I mean, I did try to tell you so from the start.
And I've always believed the best way to learn to swim is to swim alongside the very best.
Oh boy, ice cream! And you're treating?
Least I can do, Teach. Since you've been so kind as to take me under your fin. I've been called a lot of names over the years. Most of them more or less deserved. But nobody ever had cause to call me a mooch.
And nobody's ever called me late to ice cream.
So, what'll you have? Me? I'm in the mood for one of the meat flavors.
I must have it. It looked better in the picture.
Hold on. That's supposed to be the thing from the picture? Don't know why you'd want such an abomination to begin with, but that ain't it.
I mean, it's fine. It's going to taste great. And that's the whole point, really.
Nuh-uh, don't do that. Don't make excuses for someone else's failings. And don't settle for less than you were promised either. You wanted the monstrosity from the photo, and that's what you'll get. Leave it to me. See, I just can't help but wonder if we've got a case of false advertising on our hands. As the manager, I'll bet you could personally craft a new one that looks a lot better, yeah? Really show your ice cream slingers how to earn their minimum wage. Unless you want me to come back there and do it myself.
Now this is more like it. Look at all the gold on this one.
Yeah, seems they were out of the gold flakes, so the manager kindly dipped into his own salary. Careful as you eat it. Might still be some whole coins in there.
Jackpot! I can't believe I've gone from a free dessert to a profitable one.
Hey, what can I say? I'm a wheel greaser. In fact, I've been working my magic all over town. You'll find pretty much everybody is ready to cut you a deal.
Wow, seriously? That's going to be huge for my bottom line.
Didn't I tell you, Teach? I knew I'd find some way to repay you. And if I went above and beyond in this instance, well, maybe I'm getting a little sweet on you.
Maybe I am too. Or maybe it's just the sugar rush.
Either way, I'm glad we did this. And I look forward to gobbling up more of your wisdom. Soon as we're done gobbling up this ice cream, I gotta finish mine before the flies get to it. I don't want to sound confrontational or anything. You've been helping me out, Teach, and I appreciate you. I appreciate your company all around, if I'm honest. All that aside, I can't help wondering why you're holding out on me.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Talking about your secret weapon, the true key to your success.
My no-nonsense attitude? I'm definitely done putting up with other people's nonsense.
It's probably your best quality. But no, I'm talking about your little sidekick.
You mean the owl? He's not so much a sidekick. As a matter of fact, he's directly responsible for my debt.
What, you gave him a credit card? Seems ill-advised. Anyway, maybe I've been breathing air too long, but I got the impression he was helping you somehow when I was blocking you with my patents. It was clear enough you were drawing emotional strength from his presence. I could see it in your electric aura.
I get strength from you too, actually.
Aw, like a parasite, but a real cute one. But you're not trying to change the subject, I hope.
You mean about him being some kind of secret weapon? I can admit that Owl is more of a help than a hindrance. If nothing else, I always feel a little braver, knowing I have someone in my corner.
And sometimes, when it comes to confidence, you gotta fake it till you make it, right?
That's right. Silencing your inner saboteur is a constant struggle. Of course, I've had no shortage of actual saboteurs.
Yeah. It's why I don't blame you for keeping your secret weapon under wraps. But you understand why I've got to get an owl of my own now.
It would be hard to find another owl like Owl. He's pretty singular.
Oh, I'm not looking to imitate what you've already got. Ain't you heard? Students supposed to surpass the teacher. That's why I gotta get an owl with an upgrade.
Upgrade?
I'm picturing the latest model with 2 functioning wings, a top hat and monocle, laser talons, probably,
Laser talons?
to deter shoplifters, of course.
I'm confused. Are you shopping for a pet or building a cybernetic nightmare?
Why not both? And we can't forget the most important part. My owl's gonna be a talking owl. Can you imagine it?
Oh, I can imagine it. And if I can suggest one more feature, you might want to consider a mute button, just in case. Hey, look at this! It's a carnival! Just when I thought this place couldn't get any more colorful. I had no idea this was happening today.
I'm glad. Sort of wanted to surprise you. You've been working your little tail off. Thought you deserved a treat.
How sweet. Who knew you were sweet?
Sweet on you, anyway.
What should we do first? I know. Let's play a game. I want to win a big stuffed animal.
Oh, bad news, Sylvia. Those games of chance, they're all rigged. You'll never get a stuffed animal if you play by the rules.
What? But I really wanted that giant stuffed octopus.
Well, there is one way. You could cheat.
So be it. Anything for a stuffed toy.
Ha! Guess we've all got our price.
Gloat later, plot now. How do we cheat exactly? I'm new to this.
Lucky for you, I'm an excellent teacher. Watch and learn. Mission accomplished.
But how? What did you say to him?
Just offered to keep an eye on his stall for him. Make sure nobody tried anything untoward while I was around to help.
That's less cheating and more protection racket.
You say anemone, I say anomony. Point is, you see something you like, you gotta just sink your teeth in.
I suppose I could dial up the intensity around the shop sometimes. But hey, you got the wrong toy from him. I wanted the hectopus.
This is a centipus. It's way better. Just look at all these tentacles.
I'd rather not. It's like a cosmic horror in velveteen.
Listen, it's simple math. If 7 is good, 100 is better. And my date deserves better than a second-rate toy.
I see where you're coming from. And I know better than to look a gift toy in the tentacle. Thanks, Finn. I appreciate this.
Don't worry about it. Like I said, you deserve it. Now, what's next? Fried food? Roller coaster?
How about both?
Sure. Maybe not in that order, though. We get sick on that new toy of yours, and I'm out of tricks for replacing it. Because I go anywhere near that stall again, and that guy's liable to pack up this whole carnival and leave town in a hurry. Nice day for a swim. What do you say?
I don't know. Mom always warned me about swimming with sharks. I'm not sure how literally I was meant to take that advice.
You're not the type to do what Mama says, I hope. Personally, I've never been too popular with the mom demographic.
You ever stop to think about why that is?
Well, sure. Pretty obvious, isn't it?
You're dangerous. At least you have that air about you. And a mom's #1 job is to be a protector.
That's it precisely. Moms, by definition, are risk-averse. They gotta keep danger away from the nest. And I'm a dangerous guy. Risky is my business, like it or not.
I do like it. Flirting with danger is my idea of a good time.
You're really speaking my language, Minnow. You've got a talent for sizing up your prey, and you're not afraid to make them sweat.
Sylvia the apex predator. That's me.
You do have some sharp teeth of your own, don't you? I'll admit I didn't see him at first. Thought you were gonna be easy prey. But in the end, you took a bite out of me. think maybe you like the taste. Leastwise, I'm hopeful that's the case. Because I know a good thing when I see it. I've rarely seen anything better than you and me. So, wanna make it official?
You're delusional. Come on, Finn. We'd be a terrible couple.
Well, yeah, I know that. I just wanted to make sure you knew that. Wait, you didn't think I was serious, did you? I'm Boss Finn, baby! I need a relationship about as much as I need a flotation device. Which I don't need at all, if that wasn't clear. Really excellent swimmer, me.
But we do have a relationship, don't we? And a pretty good one lately. Just because it's not romantic doesn't mean it's not important.
Well, when you put it that way, sure. It's not all bad. And real talk, I appreciate that you came around when I was low. Still weird to me that you didn't gloat much, but it's probably for the best. I might have bit your head off.
Figuratively?
Of course, figuratively. Anything bigger than a hand gets hard to chew.
Listen, I like surrounding myself with interesting, talented people. And losing that competition didn't make you any less talented. You've just gotta find a way to harness your talents for good.
I'd rather prioritize for profit and consider for good an optional bonus. But where business is concerned, you're the maestro, Teach. I look forward to continuing on as your humble student, and I look forward to seeing where our friendship goes from here, too.
Maybe the answer should be for a swim. Because I might be wary of swimming with sharks. But swimming with the biggest, baddest shark on my side, that's a winning proposition.
You know it. Stick close, Sylvia. The two of us together, ain't nobody gonna mess with that.
Did Mugtuck just wave at you? I didn't know you knew each other.
I know everybody, Teach, and that's not just boasting. Lately, I've been making visits all over town. Been to see all the heroes, the little moth girl, and that saucy clairvoyant you buy ingredients from. Seems every one of Rafta's merchants was locked into a bad deal of one kind or another, with everything from price-gouging middlemen to profiteering slumlords. I'm helping them set better terms. Don't be surprised when they start passing the savings on to you.
Hey, thanks. That's huge.
No big deal. But with everybody else settled, it's time to focus on my own endeavor.
So we're not here to go shopping?
In a manner of speaking, I'm looking for a new place to set up shop. Figure it's time I get back in the game. And you know me, I like to make a
Splash.
good first impression. I think the top of that hill there is a prime location.
For sure. That would explain why every square inch of it is claimed.
Only till one of those stalls goes out of business. What do you think? Maybe I could help that along.
Do whatever you have to. Running a potion stall in this town comes with stiff competition.
Yeah, I saw that firsthand, didn't I? But since you brought up potions, I should tell you. I'm not so sure I want back in on that scene.
Really? But what about our lessons? And what's the stall for if not to sell potions? You said the pep talk gig was short term.
That's still true. And your lessons have been top-notch, Teach, don't doubt it. But most of what you've shown me is applicable to pretty much any business. Potions are your thing, so my stall is gonna be for something else. Something awesome. Maybe the most awesome business this town has ever seen! I'm just waiting for inspiration to strike, you dig?
Wait, you mean you're scouting a location for a business that has no concept? I think you might be getting ahead of... Hey, watch it! I'm so sorry. Honestly, anything I can do to make it right.
Now hold on. Something's fishy about all this. And if you think that's an invitation for a pun, friend, I invite you to reconsider.
What just happened? Why did he leave so suddenly?
That was the oldest scam in the book. His phone was broken before he ever dropped it.
Really? Are you sure?
Sure, I'm sure. You didn't notice the pattern of the cracks on the screen? If it had broken in the fall, you get cracks radiating out from a corner. But his screen showed a central point of impact. My guess is he hit it with a hammer.
Good eye. But why break his own phone?
Phone pays for itself if he can trick just a couple of folks into giving him money. See, he figured he could make you feel guilty enough that you'd hand over a fistful of cash without a second thought. But he saw it in my eyes. I knew exactly what he was up to. And appealing to my sense of guilt, that's a losing proposition.
What a rush. You came to my defense. And that guy seemed to think I have enough money to be worth scamming, which is sort of flattering.
Leave it to you to focus on the pros of a con.
But what about you? Have you found what you were looking for?
No. Matter of fact, I suspect I might have been putting the cart before the seahorse. I've got some thinking to do before I even know what it is I'm after. Never liked thinking all that much. Then again, if we walk around all distracted looking, we might just draw out a pickpocket or two.
And that's a good thing?
Well, sure. I don't know about you, but I could go for some finger food right about now.
radiation tonic, okay. And a curse cure, sure.
Oswald?
Masterworks, too. Oh, they're not fooling around, not a bit.
Oswald? Hello?
What else? Need to be ready. What am I missing? Ding, 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 ding.
Oswald! What in the world are you doing?
Ah, Sylvia! I thought you were still asleep.
Yeah, I totally was. I was having a real nice dream, too. You were in it. Only you'd been transmogrified into a big bowl of ramen.
Your subconscious isn't exactly subtle, is it?
Neither are you. It was the sound of your talons pacing up and down the counter that woke me up. You want to talk about whatever's bothering you?
It's nothing. It's... Well, I suppose I'm anxious. We're so close, Sylvia. So close to winning, so close to restoring my proper form. If you win that grand prize, I'll have arms again, fingers. I scarcely know what I'll do first.
How about mopping? Could the answer be mopping?
You act as if I'm some freeloader. It's not my fault these wings aren't made for manual labor. But so you know, it's been an honor, Sylvia. The sheer existential horror of being forced to live as a bird notwithstanding, I'm happy to have had this chance to get to know you, to work alongside you. I know I've no right to say it, but I'm so very proud.
Wow, that's actually really nice to hear. And to be honest, I feel the same. I mean, they told me you were dead. I thought I'd lost you before I ever got to know you. I feel really fortunate that we've had this time together.
Dear niece, it warms my heart to hear it.
Just to be clear, though, none of this is getting you out of mopping. Day one.
I told myself I wasn't going to cry.
All right, Teach. Another day, another lesson. Go on. I'm ready to be stunned by your brilliance.
I thought we might take it easy today. Maybe do something fun.
Sure. Sounds real good to me. Only maybe a little lesson first? Other than my ongoing education, my days are a little empty.
To be honest, I'm sort of tapped out. You've seen me with customers and talked with my fellow vendors. I've shown you my crafting technique and my sales floor. I think you've got the full picture, what I do and how I do it.
Say it ain't so. You're abandoning me? And after you stuck around long enough to learn all my weaknesses too. Guess feeding time's over, and you stripped me clean.
That's a killer strategy. And a total misinterpretation of events. We're not competitors anymore, we're friends. And that takes trust. So trust me when I say that I've taught you everything I can.
Trust. Such an easy word to say. But the same mouth that makes pretty promises is lined with teeth for biting and tearing. Can we ever truly know the mind and heart of another person? I say we can't. We're all of us islands. Ghost ships empty and adrift on unforgiving seas.
That's melodramatic, and people aren't so unknowable. Case in point, you're obviously upset. What's got you down?
Maybe it's the company.
I get it. You're sad, but you don't like getting sympathy, so you try to be scary instead. But there's no call to be rude, not when I'm only trying to help.
I shouldn't have snapped at you. It's not your fault. But the pep talk shop hasn't exactly been raking it in. I've applied all your lessons, but if the demand for the product isn't materializing, there's only so much a merchant can do. And I can't help getting jealous. You know who you are, and what you want, and how to get it. While I'm out here floundering like a beached whale.
So be more like me. Isn't that what all those lessons were about?
I learned a lot from you, but potions for me, they were just another racket. Nothing but a sprocket I could sell in order to prop up my ego. The pep talk idea was more of the same. Just a way to keep money coming in while keeping my options open. So what do I even care about besides money? What am I good at?
I mean, if nothing else, your fish puns are masterful.
That's fitting, since I'm one big joke. I'm just a bunch of hot air in the form of a sexy, sophisticated shark man. And I'm beginning to think my glory days are behind me.
Finn's impossible to talk to when he's wallowing. But I know there's a path forward for him. I'll bet I know just the potions to help him find his way forward.
This is it. Tomorrow is the big day. Victory is within our grasp. Come out ahead in that competition and you'll be free of debt, and I'll be free of feathers. Assuming you haven't decided to accept Robin's offer, of course. To throw the match, to take the money, and leave me in the lurch. Which is an absurd idea. I know you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that, right?
Relax, Oswald. We're in this together. And there's no turning back now.
Such resilience. If I'm honest, I find it fascinating. What's the secret to your resolve, Sylvia? In the face of so much adversity, what makes you tick?
Well, right this very moment, I'm holding out for an apology.
From me, you mean? You know, I suppose I do owe you an apology of sorts. It was wrong of me to suggest that you forfeit, to offer you a deal like I did. It's much better for things to play out this way. Much better for the town to see me win against an opponent who's putting up a fight. It will make my victory all the more glorious.
Yeah, totally. Unless you lose, of course.
You really think you have a chance tomorrow? You really, truly believe it? Tell me then, Sylvia, on what exactly are you basing such confidence?
Oh, that's easy. I've worked hard over the last 5 weeks. I focused on my craft and on learning from the people around me. And among the many things I've learned is this. I'm good at what I do. I believe in myself. And my friends believe in me too. I don't see what's so funny.
Do you listen to yourself? You're going to beat me. Me, with high self-esteem and the power of friendship? You don't seem to realize that we're operating in completely different leagues here.
Yeah, sure. That's what my last 4 competitors thought too.
All right, Sylvia. Fair enough. Maybe I ought not underestimate you. But if you're right, if through some miracle things don't go my way in this competition, I have a trump card prepared. One you'll never see coming.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means tomorrow only has one possible outcome. So, if you have as much riding on this contest as you claim, well, you might want to spend these next hours putting your affairs in order.
What a tool! Didn't I say so from the start?
He's just trying to psych us out, same as all the others did. We should focus on what matters. Just think, if everything goes the way it should, you'll be human again this time tomorrow.
And that's a debt I'll never be able to repay. But don't do this for me, Sylvia. Do it for yourself. You've come so far in such a short time. So get out there and show this town what you can do.
It's the moment we've all been waiting for! Here they are, two giants of local industry, two masters of their craft. But only one can be crowned our winner. Only one can take home the grand prize. Let's meet our stars. Taking the first podium today is a man so regal, he puts the king in potion making. He survived the worst this world could throw at him, and he came out the other side with a smile on his face. And don't even get me started about those dimples! I am talking, of course, about Robin!
That's very kind, but if we could move this along.
At podium number 2 is a woman who knows a thing or two about adversity herself. She arrived on our shores with little more than the clothes on her back and a dream. In a matter of weeks, she's transformed her uncle's ramshackle potion shop into a reasonably successful ramshackle potion shop. Let's hear it! 3 cheers for Sylvia!
Hey, Robin! I respect you a lot, actually! This doesn't have to get personal!
Sorry, kid. They say you should never meet your idols. You're about to learn why.
Tensions appear high! Don't make me come down there, kids! Wait, scratch that! It would be my honor to share the stage with 2 such titanic tycoons! Ta-da! It's me, Baptiste! From this vantage, I'll be better able to facilitate this contest. Now, I'm sure you've heard some gossip about my involvement with one of the contestants. I am euphoric to confirm it! The rumors are true! For that reason, if no other, it would be inappropriate for me to act as judge here today. Instead, it is the people of Rafta who will determine the winner of this critical contest. And who better? For it's their patronage and the precious coins that these contestants covet. This morning, I'm here simply to act as the voice of the people. Count on me to interpret the crowd's enthusiasm, or lack thereof. In other words, audience, if you see something you like, make some noise.
The outcome is a foregone conclusion. I know it. This crowd knows it. And May knows it most of all.
To that, I can only say, let the battle begin! All right, Robin. Are you ready to wow us all?
This one's an old family recipe. And the family in question is the ancient line of monarch magi whose mastery of forbidden arts ended the Second Dark Age.
Consider me wowed. Audience, am I right to be impressed? With a sum like that, I'd say you have some fans here today.
As it should be.
Sylvia, can you outdo him?
As leader of the Heroes Guild, you'll recognize how precious this potion really is.
That may in fact be true, however. And this is of masterwork quality, no less. But what does the audience say? Is it a hit? A fair assessment, as far as I can tell. But I'm sure you have more to say about it.
Time to haggle. Should I review my strategy?
I'm ready to prove my potion is better.
It was a brilliant effort, truly. But this round goes to Robin!
Ugh, I thought I had it.
This match is mine. The rest is just formality.
We'll have to see what happens next in round 2! The anticipation is a lot to handle. Robin, care to show us your next creation?
Among the nobles of the continent, this is by far the most popular cure for curses. And if it's good enough for them...
Huh, you know, I think my mother keeps one of these in her cupboard.
Smart woman. She'll live a long life, free of jinxes, hexes, and ingrown toenails.
If it's good enough for Mother, it's got to be worth something. But I suppose our audience will be the judge of that. What do they say? That's no paltry sum!
Oh, my heart goes out to you, Sylvia. You can't possibly measure up to that.
Sylvia, will you rise to the challenge?
Forget the elitism. This is a curse cure for everybody.
It's instantly identifiable, that's for sure. And the closer I look, the more impressive it appears. Let's check in with the audience. What will they pay for this curse cure? Not bad. Robin has the edge, however. Care to set us straight?
Time to haggle. Do I need to rethink my strategy?
It's a heartbreaker, folks. Sylvia made a singular effort here today, but there's a reason Robin is a legend.
But I was so close.
Face it, you were never going to measure up to me.
It's the moment we've all been...
Hey, Robin! I respect you.
And May knows.
All right, Robin. Are you ready to wow us all?
This one's an old family recipe. And the family in question is the ancient line of monarch magi whose mastery of forbidden arts ended the Second Dark Age.
Consider me wowed. Audience, am I right to be impressed? With a sum like that, I'd say you have some brains here today.
As it should be.
Sylvia, can you outdo him?
As leader of the Heroes Guild, you'll recognize how precious this potion really is.
That may in fact be true, however. And this is of masterwork quality, no less. But what does the audience say? Is it a hit? A fair assessment, as far as I can tell. But I'm sure you have more to say about it.
Time to haggle. Should I review my strategy?
I'm ready to prove my potion is better.
All right, I'm convinced. You have the better potion, Sylvia!
Ha! Who's the underdog now?
Celebrating already. Rookie mistake. It's time I showed you the error of your ways. No thanks are necessary for the lesson. I'm going to enjoy this.
We'll have to see what happens next in round 2! The anticipation is a lot to handle. Robin, care to show us your next creation?
Among the nobles of the continent, this is by far the most popular cure for curses. And if it's good enough for them...
Huh, you know, I think my mother keeps one of these in her cupboard.
Smart woman. She'll live a long life, free of jinxes, hexes, and ingrown toenails.
If it's good enough for Mother, it's got to be worth something. But I suppose our audience will be the judge of that. What do they say? That's no paltry sum!
My heart goes out to you, Sylvia. You can't possibly measure up to that.
Sylvia, will you rise to the challenge?
Forget the elitism. This is a curse cure for everybody.
It's instantly identifiable, that's for sure. And the closer I look, the more impressive it appears. Let's check in with the audience. What will they pay for this curse cure? Not bad. Robin has the edge, however. Care to set us straight?
Time to haggle. Do I need to rethink my strategy?
Ready to make it a rout.
Folks, we are witnessing history unfold before our very eyes. We have a new champion, and her name is Sylvia!
I did it! I did it! I won!
But no,
Hey, don't feel bad. You did a great job. Shake on it?
Robin? What's happening right now?
You think you're surprised? I prepared for this outcome, but I never really thought it would come to this.
Who are you? What did you do to Robin?
Haven't you figured it out by now? Robin is no more than a marionette. A pretty puppet that has allowed me to live among you unsuspected. I am the true power here. The rightful mistress of all I survey. I am Maven.
Maven? Maven the Witch Queen? You're alive? And you're a lizard? I didn't realize you were a lizard.
What a twist! Hold on to your seats, everybody! Or else proceed swiftly to the nearest exit!
Laugh it up, fools. This scaly semblance is only temporary. The world has long thought me dead, but I survived, and the time is nigh for my glorious return. I shall take back all that is rightfully mine, starting with the restoration of my true and proper form.
I still don't understand. What happened to you?
The band of idiotic heroes, the ones who came here to slay me, they botched the job. But the dolts managed to blow up my laboratory in the attempt. The resulting explosion irradiated the island, and I was changed into this. Lucky for me, Squire Boy was there. My powers are limited in my current, undignified state, but they were more than sufficient to take control of him. I seized his mind on that day, and I've rarely let go since. No one questioned the feel-good story of the boy who triumphed over the wicked witch queen, nor did they bat an eye at his harmless little pet.
Then you've been hiding in plain sight all along.
Oh, and what a trial it has been. Steering Robin around, making him smile and wave and fraternize. I amassed power and wealth, but slowly. Too slowly. And then, Baptiste's goons managed to procure a sample of Maven bloom. Perhaps the last of its kind. Once I get my hands on it, once I have my cure, my long exile will at last be over. And I won't have to tolerate you half-wits anymore.
You realize this half-wit just beat you pretty resoundingly.
Yes, that's inconvenient, isn't it? Fortunately, I have a backup plan. My mental magics aren't what they used to be, but over the years, every ounce of power I could spare has gone into this crystal. I've saved enough energy to change the outcome of our little contest by forcing you to see things my way.
You mean...
Prepare to forfeit, Sylvia. In another moment, it will be literally the only thing on your mind!
Well, great. I'm totally screwed. Except...
Ever since coming to Rafta, I've faced off against one blowhard after another, and I've always come out on top. I don't have mind control magic or a mystic gem, but all the same, these days, changing people's minds is what I do. So how do I convince Maven not to zap me? I've got it!
I guess I can't win. I don't have a chance. Since you're a no-good cheater with bad breath.
I know what you're trying to do. It won't work. I won't be dissuaded by your petty taunts, nor by pathetic appeals for fairness.
No surprise there. I mean, you've been trying to cheat all along, haven't you?
Sylvia shows no sign of backing down! Someone pass the popcorn!
You tried to steal the Maven bloom from the guild hall. You tried to bribe me into forfeiting. And when you realized you couldn't buy or steal your way out of facing me today, you showed up with a magical trump card.
It's obvious what that all adds up to, Maven.
You're afraid of me.
Oh, snap!
I think you've been afraid of me since that very first competition. It explains why you've been dropping in on me.
That's absurd. Me? Afraid of you? I dropped in on you out of a sense of morbid curiosity. Honestly, the sight of you in that sad little slantwise shop. I couldn't fathom how you managed to make it as far as you did. I thought you must have some secret, some trick.
My only secret is hard work and a willingness to learn. I mean, sure, my shop wasn't much to look at to begin with. We call those humble origins. I'm proud of where I'm from and what I accomplished. You can steal this contest, but you can't take that away from me.
Can't I, though? But I suppose you have a point, Sylvia. Forcing you to forfeit now, that would be a hollow victory. I deserve more. I deserve to crush my foe, to leave no doubt in anyone's mind about my superiority. All right, then. Have it your way. I shall leave your mind, such as it is, untouched. But the rest of the cattle assembled here today, they're about to forget all about your so-called victory. Let's try this one more time.
We'll have to see what happens next in round 2!
That's more like it.
Huh? Round 2? We already did round 2. You know what? Fine. If that's the way you want it, bring it on!
Determined to rally, are you? But Rafta is still rooting for its harmless, handsome hometown hero.
Alliteration, is it? Then ready to set for round the 2nd! The anticipation is a lot to handle. Robin, care to show us your next creation?
My dear friend Baptiste, for your consideration, a masterpiece. Nobles love this one. I'm sure it will remind you fondly of your mother.
Seriously?
You know, it does remind me of my mother, and it's hard to put a price on such a thing. Fortunately, that's not for me to decide. Audience? Well, I'd say you won them over.
Good. Let that be the end of this.
Sylvia, will you rise to the challenge?
this one's a winner. At least it was last time.
It's instantly identifiable as a curse cure, that's for certain. And the closer I look, the more impressive it appears. Let's check in with the audience. What will they pay for it? Not bad. Robin has the edge, however. Care to set us straight?
Time to haggle. Do I need to rethink my strategy?
I'm ready to win. I did it before.
Folks, we are witnessing history unfold before our very eyes. We have a new champion, and her name is Sylvia!
Rafta's got a new queen of potions, and it's me!
No. No!
No! How did this happen?
It feels just as good the second time around. You want me to beat you again? Because I could do this all day.
This is intolerable, unthinkable. In my prime, I could have reduced you to a smear of smoldering ash with a wave of my hand. I could have forced the crowd to tear you to pieces while chanting my name. But now, it's all I can do to retain some control over this single vessel. Without him, I can't even scratch my own nose. These stubby, scaly arms, they're worthless. And without that ingredient, this is how I will remain.
Hey, listen, it's not all bad. I can plant a cutting, grow a new flower. You can try again when it blooms. In 10 years or so.
Oh, to have fallen so far. My dreams of conquest shall go unrealized. And my potions will be known far and wide as second best!
Is it over? Did we win?
Shush now. We're going home. We can get ice cream on the way.
Okay.
You've won today, Sylvia. But you had better watch your back.
Did anybody catch all that? Because I'm pretty sure I just saved Rafta from the vengeful return of a power-mad sorceress. No? Ah, well. I saved my shop. I saved my uncle. I really did it! I won!
Victory! I could get used to this feeling.
It wasn't always easy, but we pulled it off in the end, didn't we?
It's kind of you to say we. But it's obvious who the true victor is. You're amazing, Sylvia. And the best thing I did was know when to get out of your way.
If you say so. But I'm glad I didn't have to do this alone. It's meant the world to me to have my Uncle Oswald by my side.
Yes.
Softy. Now, are you ready to slip into something less feathery? Because I've just finished brewing a potion that I think you're gonna like.
Sylvia, I couldn't make it to the tournament, but I heard the outcome. It appears you've accomplished all you set out to do. I owe you congratulations, and you owe me the remaining balance.
It's all here. Every beautiful copper of it.
A most satisfying outcome.
I don't know. Spending it on ramen might have been a little more satisfying.
Excellent. Now, as per our agreement... You have been released from your contract. This property is paid off in full and belongs entirely to you.
That's it. I'm free now?
As promised. I live by the letter of my contract, Sylvia. Which is why my business is not yet concluded here. Is it, Oswald?
You know?
The possibility never even occurred to me, until an owl was spotted doing Sylvia's paperwork at the Licensing Bureau. An owl who couldn't help himself from boasting about Sylvia's progress, with familial pride in his voice. You very nearly got away with it.
He did get away with it. It doesn't matter if you figured it out. We already paid you back.
Nevertheless, Oswald's dereliction was an outrageous violation of terms. There are consequences to that. Rather severe consequences, as you'll remember from the fine print.
Oh dear. That's it then, isn't it? This is the end.
It is. I'll give you a moment to say goodbye.
Now hold on! You can't just...
Sylvia, my girl, let it go. I won't allow you to put yourself in harm's way for me. Not again. I'm so proud of you, Sylvia. You've accomplished incredible things.
Oh, I'm going to do something incredible, all right. Just watch me. Helena, let's make a deal.
I'm listening.
You're so sure of your abilities. But Oswald tricked you. He was hiding right under your nose.
My abilities weren't at fault. The transmogrification distorted the shape and scent of his soul.
And what's to stop someone else from using the same trick? When word gets out about this, and it will, believe me, everyone who owes you so much as a phone call will be embracing their wild side.
I sense a but coming.
Takes one to know one. It so happens, I've just finished brewing the one and only antidote for transmogrification. When that potion is gone, it's gone forever. And it might be the only way you can ensure no one else slips through your grasp. That potion can be yours, for a price.
I think I know already what price you're asking, but I'm in the mood to haggle. Very well, Sylvia. You have yourself a deal. What a difference a few weeks makes. Your skill is undeniable.
I almost think you went easy on me.
Absolutely not. I like you, Sylvia, but I don't let sentiment creep in on business decisions. Executing Oswald's contract to the letter is good for business. However, leveraging his fate to get my hands on this potion is better for business. It's as simple as that.
Brutal, but I get it.
It's a brutal world, but you're well on your way. And if I might humbly suggest it, someday in the future you may find yourself in need of an influx of capital. On that day, call on me. I'll keep a contract handy, just in case.
She's gone. She really left. Sylvia, you saved me. I owe you twice over now.
I'm beginning to think you like being indebted. But you must be disappointed that she took the cure with her.
I'll learn to live with it. It's almost certainly a better fate than what Helena had in store.
Then you don't want the cure? Because I've got a spare.
And anyway, it could be worse. I'll take feathers over scales and... You... What did you say?
I made 2 potions. I thought I could get a nice chunk of change if I sold one to Maven. So much for that idea. But I've got the second potion here, bottled up just for you. It's pretty small, but it should be the perfect dosage given your size. And I can guarantee it doesn't taste like old cabbage.
But you... I don't deserve you, Sylvia. I really don't.
Oh, come on. You didn't think I'd leave you hanging, did you?
Who cares what I thought? Dear niece, you've made a habit of surpassing my expectations, every one of them.
I couldn't have done any of this without you. We make a good team. And we're sticking together from now on, right?
Let's shake on it, just as soon as I have hands again.
Does that mean you're ready to get untransmogrified?
Ready as I'll ever be. Buttoned up.
Those are some interesting side effects. This could take a while. Dear Mom and Dad, everything's going great here in Rafta. Funny story, Oswald isn't dead. Although I did almost kill him with one of my potions. Not on purpose. In all the confusion, I ended up inheriting his shop anyway. He doesn't seem bitter about it though.
We're going to be partners. I can't wait for you to see what we accomplish. All my love, Sylvia.
Don't know if I'm strong enough, Pepper.
It sounds like you're about to walk the plank.
That might be better than what Pepper's got planned.
It's tradition.
So is putting the seat down on the litter box after you use it. Somehow you managed to forget that one. Besides, student drivers are the worst. They go slow, they check their blind spots. I just got the mirrors set up how I like them.
I still don't know what's going on.
You've been with us for some time now, blood brother. We've told you already how you've impressed us with your fearlessness and your respect for pirate tradition.
Plus your ruthless business instincts. All hail Sylvia, Queen of Potions!
Ah, shucks. It's true, though.
That's right. Modesty is for suckers. We got one more test for you, though, hotshot. If you got room for it on your list of accomplishments.
Sylvia, the time has come for you to drive the ship.
Wow, really? I'm not sure I'm ready for this, but okay. I am so sorry.
Sorry? What are you sorry for? That was incredible! You see coriander loser anchovies back there? Hilarious! Plus he did irreparable damage to the docks. I love to see it.
You certainly know how to put on a show, blood brother.
So you're not mad? Phew. I thought you'd never let me drive again. But now that I've got a taste for it...
Never gonna happen.
There. That's fair.